Hi there, my name is Ezra Ketch, and I serve here at Malone University as the current dual enrollment and CCP coordinator. And I have the pleasure of going through this year's the 2022-2023 CCP informational presentation for Malone University. If you haven't already, feel free to drop down in the description below. We have timestamps listed there, so feel free to jump ahead if there's a pertinent area that you want to address. But drop down to the Ohio Department of Education's website for more information about College Credit Plus, deadlines that they have there listed, and also a variety of truly great information, anything related to setting up your Ohio ID account, to how am I eligible, etc. So feel free to go over that first, just so you're a little more familiar with the background of CCP if you aren't already, before jumping into our presentation. So without further ado, I will get into it. So as I said, my name is Ezra Ketch, and we also have on staff Andrew Wade. He's a graduate assistant working with us and helping with the CCP application process and reviewing, helping get paperwork filed and reviewing those files. So if you hear from Andrew from time to time, or myself, that's who you're hearing from. So look for our emails and calls and go from there. So College Credit Plus eligibility. So per the review that you do of the Ohio Revised Code information there on ODE's website, so long as a student has above a 3.0 cumulative GPA for Malone, they are considered eligible to participate. And then also pending that they meet the criteria of going into the 7th through 12th grades, they would be eligible to apply to Malone's program. We do offer courses in the summer in addition to fall and spring. And this presentation is pertinent to summer 2022, fall 2022, and spring 2023. So you'll need to complete our free online application as a student. It's listed on our website. There's one general application button that you click at the top of the page. And then after that, when you're completing that form, you'll select College Credit Plus or CCP, and then that will prompt you to fill out the appropriate information. On that, you'll need to sign our community agreement. This is in relation to our religious affiliation and the fact that we are a Christian institution, as far as how we expect our students to act on campus. We also will require a copy of your official high school transcripts, be those from the private school you attend or as a homeschooled student. Whoever your considered advisor would be, they just need to send those to us. For homeschooled families, we do accept transcripts as official from a parent or a guardian. And again, ACT or SAT scores if you have them, but if not, the 3.0 GPA or above cum unweighted is considered sufficient for admission purposes. And then new this year is the permission slip for mature content, and I'll get into that a little bit later on. And that is part of the admissions process. And then we do request that a student and parent come in for an interview or via a Zoom call if the student is going into the 7th through 10th grades. If the student is going into 11th or 12th, we do not request an interview. So if you want to definitely pause the video here and write down these deadlines, please be aware some of these are hard deadlines and there is no flexibility with them. The application for admission for CCP for summer, fall, and spring is November the 1st through March 25th of 2022, November 21, and then March 25th of 2022. This is in relation to the state of Ohio's application for funding deadline. I'll kind of jump ahead here, which is April 1st at 5 p.m. We need about a week time frame to be able to work within and get our paperwork together in our office so that we can get that out to you as a family. The self-pay extension deadline is June 3rd. So if in whatever situation you might find yourself, if you ended up missing the application funding window, you still have the option to apply and be a self-pay student. We ask that you complete the application by June 3rd if that is your situation. So at any point, you can start your Ohio ID account between February 1st and April 1st. There are prompts on the Ohio Department of Ed's website on how to do that. And then you'll be able to complete or at least start your funding application February 1st through April 1st. However, you will not be able to complete the funding application until you receive an acceptance letter or acceptance letters from the college or universities that you're planning to have your student attend. As a courtesy service to our families who apply and participate, We send acceptance letters via an email attachment. It's a PDF file that you can easily download and save, and then just upload directly from your device to the application itself. If a student provides a parent email, they'll also receive the parent will also receive a copy of that email and PDF file acceptance letter. So as far as that goes with that, the registration for classes, be them online or on campus, summer usually starts in March. So if you intend to take a summer course, those usually start in May. You'll want to connect with the Center for Student Success and get that paperwork started towards the end of March. And then if you're looking to take a fall or spring semester course, you'll want to connect with the Center for Student Success mid-May. Typically the 3rd or 4th week of May is when they start to set up appointments to register students. So even if you aren't in that time window, you're welcome to call ahead if you've been accepted and schedule an appointment. Now, please be advised, if you did apply for state funding and received state funding, we will request that you hang on to your ODE award letter until the time that you sit down to register for your classes, and those will be due at that appointment. And then you'll need to attend, if you are a first-time CCP student, one of our CCP orientation appointments. These are a little more personalized in that they are one-on-one with the student and parent or parents. And then we'll review campus with one of our counselors and walk around, make the student more familiar with where their classes will be held or if they're online. All of our resources and offices that they'll be able to access if they have questions or want to get involved would be at that time. We usually schedule these towards the end to middle of July and then early August. And our office will follow up if you are a new CCP student regarding scheduling. And then our fall semester courses start on Monday, August 29th, 2022. So ACT test dates and reminders. Please be aware, if you were able to sit for a national exam in, say, December of 21 or in January, February of 21, those scores will probably get back in time for us to be able to use if you need one. However, there is the April 2nd. Unfortunately, that won't fit within the time frame for the CCP funding application window. But if you find yourself between a rock and a hard place with regarding the need for a test, we do offer residual testing in our Center for Student Success. We simply ask that you consult our office first in the review of your application, and then we'll make the recommendation if you need to take the test. If you have no prior exam on your record as far as an ACT or SAT, the first ACT residual would be free of charge to you as a family. And then Kat Linhart is our testing coordinator on campus who facilitates those exams, and she would be the one we need to contact in order to schedule a test. And they are by appointment only. So MaloneXpress. MaloneXpress is a fantastic resource available to all of our students, including CCPs. Upon acceptance to Malone, you'll either receive an email or a text communication with your Malone student email, your official student ID login information, and then also a temporary password. We ask that upon receipt of this information, you try to log into MaloneXpress. Our IT department does a great job if you run into any issues, and their contact is in the link down below. But once you have reset your password, it's off to the races. There's a ton of really cool resources on there. You'll be able to view your schedule and also campus offices. You'll be able to schedule a tutoring appointment if you need one. They're free of charge to our students. If you want to access what clubs and organizations you could get involved with as a student, as a CCP student, you're welcome to find that information there. And then a whole host of other resources. You'll also be able to pay any tuition bills or other additional charges you may have on your student account via that MaloneXpress function. It's a great resource. Check it out. If you need any help navigating that, feel free to contact our office and we'll be happy to set up an appointment to kind of walk through how to navigate it. Now, also, please be aware, if you did not provide us with your social security number as a student on the application originally, someone from our office or the business office will follow up regarding that information. We are required to send out to students a 1098-T tax form with regards to your academic courses that you've taken in that per the IRS regulations. So please be aware if we're contacting you asking for this information, that's the reason, and it's a legitimate inquiry. So scheduling, this is really important and key. All courses offered on Malone's campus or online will be scheduled through Deb Black. She would be your primary contact, and her contact information is listed on the acceptance letter and then also down in the description below. Deb will actually set up and meet with students and families and review their options as far as course selection at any given term, and then also what might be best for them in their specific situation. If you are a CCP student enrolled at another university or college, please just be aware of what courses you're taking or have completed successfully. That way Deb knows if you're taking an English or a math, etc. We don't schedule you for something you've already completed successfully. Now, also please be aware that you'll need to return all of the registration paperwork, including a copy of your Ohio Department of Ed award letter to Deb for her to be able to log all that information in your student account prior to being able to officially register you. So she'll give you all the pertinent deadlines and details regarding all that information. And then also, as far as books for homeschooled students, it is your responsibility as a family. So you can either look at purchasing books through our bookstore or secure those through a third-party vendor. And then if you attend a private school, just connect with the private school administration. Some private schools do cover the cost of books, others don't. So just consult with your guidance counselor respectively. Now, the mature content information that is new this year for 2022-23. So the permission slip is a separate form found on our website. It should be also found on our application, but if not, you can find it on the CCP website. The link is down below. And the responsibility is the students and the parent or guardian to complete that form and then return it to our office, just as you would a copy of your official transcripts and the application itself. We need this for compliancy purposes with the state of Ohio. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to our office, but that can be found again on our website and then also per the application. Now, the questionnaire is a separate document, but still kind of in that same vein. That information is actually on the registration paperwork that Deb will provide you when you make your appointment, and she'll be able to walk you through how to complete that. And then again, once after you've completed all that, returned it to her, she'll be able to officially register you for your course selection. So CCP billing is also something to keep in mind. On that form, you have two options: option A, which is self-pay, and option B, which is state-funded. So if you did apply for state funding, please be aware that you, again, will need to provide the state funding letter in order to properly select option B. And then in some cases where you only have a limited amount of hours, say 4 or maybe 9, but you want to take more credits than that, you'll just have to fill out another selection as far as what courses you'll take, and then what courses will have the funding applied to them, and then which ones will be self-pay. And as far as the cost for our courses, you'll just want to consult with our business office with the cost per credit hour pending your situation. Transcripts. So this is a kind of forward down the road FYI, but you're always able as a student to review an unofficial copy of your transcripts via your MaloneXpress account. So the steps to find them there, you'll just need to log into your MaloneXpress account, successfully go to the student tab, and then go down on the left-hand side to schedule and grades. You'll find a list, and then student is what you're going to want to select. And then on the right-hand side towards the bottom, you'll view unofficial transcripts, and that'll bring up a pop-up window, and then you'll be able to view that document as a PDF there. If you ever need to request an official copy of your transcripts, if you intend to attend another institution, or if you're applying for a scholarship, what have you, sometimes they request transcripts. You'll need to contact the office of the registrar, link in the description, and they will provide you the form you'll need to complete, which kind of walks you through how to secure those documents. So if you're a returning CCP, thank you for doing CCP through Malone. We try to make the process as a returner as seamless as possible. So if you were ever enrolled as a current student, successfully pass all of your courses. And then also, if you haven't, or if you have, make sure you contact your counselor or have your mom or dad send us an updated copy of your transcript reflecting the coursework and what you've already taken. We do request that is to us by March 1st. That way we can make sure we get a turnaround for a returning letter to you as a student and family prior to the state of Ohio's funding deadline of April 1st. And we do ask that you update it, even if it's classes that are in progress, that current marking period or term. We still would take whatever your current GPA into consideration when reviewing eligibility. So long as you have a 3.0 or above, we would deem you eligible to participate and continue your participation in CCP. And unfortunately, you do have to reapply from one year to the next for state funding. It's listed on their website for ODE. So you will need a new acceptance letter from Malone from year to year to year if you intend to apply for state funding. Now, regarding the mature content permission slip, which is separate from the questionnaire from the earlier slide, it is my understanding that returning students for this year will not need to complete the mature content permission slip, but in the event that they do, we will follow up accordingly with you individually and make sure you fill out that form. So switching gears here from the world of CCP to the world of post-high school plans and attending college, we would love to have you consider Malone University in your college selection for your undergraduate academic studies. And some key areas of outcomes as far as our academic profile goes, we have 90% of our graduates are employed within graduating from Malone, or within 6 months of graduating, they're in some form of grad school or med school, etc. 82% of those graduates are working in an area of their choosing, or again, going into grad school. Malone currently offers 50 plus majors and minors in the area of business, nursing, healthcare, pre-med, pre-optometry, et cetera, the sciences, and then also education. And then fun fact for you, we have a zoo and wildlife biology program. And on campus, we do have a pretty cool zoo animal collection. So if for no other reason you just like animals and like to check it out, feel free to make an appointment and we'll be happy to give you a tour. Malone is also academically regionally accredited by 7 councils in higher education, and those are listed there. So the community at Malone. The community at Malone is one of the key reasons why most of our students select Malone. It sounds cliche, I know, but if you were to randomly select students on campus and ask them why they chose Malone, the majority overwhelmingly would tell you it's because of the community. They felt a sense of belonging and they felt a sense of home here on our campus. And that's something we take a lot of pride in. We focus and have a heavy emphasis throughout our curriculum in one-on-one mentorship with faculty, and we offer a wide range of opportunities of involvement for our students, both traditional undergrad and CCP. There are some limitations with CCP enrollment, but there is a wide range of opportunity that you may or may not find at a public institution. So we recommend our CCP participants check it out and see if there's an area you'd like to explore further. If you are currently a student athlete looking to participate and potentially come on one of our teams and I don't want to say drafted, but be involved in one of our athletic programs, you're more than welcome to fill out an athletic questionnaire. I do have a link down below, and that's the best way to get on our coach's radar, particularly if you are a junior or senior. And at Malone, we're Christ-centered, athlete-focused, and coach-driven in our programs. We participate in the Great Midwest Athletics Conference, and we are NCAA Division II, and we boast about 16 current teams at this time. So faith. Faith is a huge component at Malone, and the faith integration piece is not only just in the classroom, but also outside the classroom, and also through our spiritual formation or SFO opportunities. Christ's kingdom is our tagline, and that truly is what we strive to live out each and every day. Malone is affiliated with the Evangelical Friends denomination, which is a Quaker-based heritage in the eastern region of the Friends Church. The EFCER is our oversight, a denomination affiliation here at Malone. You'll also find that at Malone, we strive to encourage our students no matter where they are in their faith journey, be them professing believers in Jesus Christ or searching out faith and kind of unsure what they genuinely believe. We want to walk with them as faculty and staff in helping them develop and grow and explore that faith journey. Now, we offer a number of opportunities for our students to get involved. CCP students are not required to attend spiritual formation opportunities per Ohio guidelines, but you're more than welcome as a student or a parent to attend. They are all open to the public. Community worship is by far our most popular event with our students. It's a contemporary worship service, typically held every Wednesday down in the Johnson Center. And we have several student bands that rotate and they lead worship. And then our campus chaplain or university president will deliver a message. We also bring in other speakers, authors, community involved leaders to speak about how they integrate their faith in their profession or the area and work that they do. Another very popular opportunity for students is I Can Relate, which is an open discussion forum, typically revolving around subjects of social justice, equality, and looking at subjects specifically as the gospel and how do we effectively minister and spread the gospel message and the hope of Christ in our communities in a meaningful and actionable way. Life groups are the best described as a Bible study type of environment. And these are more sign up only. And typically there's a bit more of a commitment with those. Typically once a week, the students will meet and in their small group and go over specific books of the Bible or specific content in relation to the subject matter. And then celebration is another big event. It's every other Thursday on our campus. And that is again, student-led ministry team that rotates. And then we have several student leaders that will deliver a message to students. In the warmer months, that's typically held outside, a little more of an open air environment. And then in the winter, it's held in the Johnson Center. So financial aid, always a big question and forefront of mind when looking at college opportunities. Please note that Malone is typically on point as far as comparability of cost and scholarshiping with a public institution. And we encourage folks to review their FAFSA, send it to Malone. There's no commitment and no cost to you as a family or student to do that. And we're happy to have a conversation explaining your options and opportunities for scholarshiping, both immediately up front and then also ways to get involved and potentially obtain some additional scholarship dollars once you're here as an upperclassman at Malone. All of our packages would also include your merit-based scholarship, which is based on your incoming GPA, kind of a snapshot where you're at when you're accepted. And then also any test scores you have, and then any, of course, need-based aid would also be added on there. And then also being Division II, we offer athletic scholarships. Those are at the coach's discretion. So connect with them as well. And I can't help but emphasize this in many ways. Outside scholarships are huge. Even if they're only a couple $100s, it's a great way to help accumulate some more scholarshiping money to pay for your school. I can speak from my own personal experience in high school. I was able to obtain several outside scholarships which helped tremendously in paying for my schooling. The other thing too is we do have a website resource down below that we endorse. It's called fastweb.com. It's a national search engine with a number of scholarships that you may be eligible for. So go ahead and plug your information and feel free to search through there and see if you can't find something that would be pertinent to your situation. So the Pendle Hill Pledge. I alluded to earlier the one-on-one faculty mentorship and the heavy emphasis of this. And the Pendle Hill Pledge is kind of the overview of how we do this. Specifically, we have a commitment to and a model after George Fox's transformational spiritual experience when the Lord spoke to him about helping to found the Quaker faith, the Quaker movement. George Fox is a pivotal member in that movement. And we do that in 4 actionable ways, or steps, I should say. So opportunities of discovery. Malone offers free resources, including a resource called PathwayU. It's a free skills assessment inventory that reviews a student's abilities, hobbies, interests, etc., and kind of generates some ideas as far as career industries to look into. If a student successfully completes this, it's about a 15-minute, 20-minute assessment. One of our career counselors will follow up with the student, review those scores with them. And if anything, it is an affirmation of the area of study that the student's looking to go into, or it's a helpful benefit of areas to look into or research further that a student may or may not be interested in. Speaking from my own experience, I was a bit of a dabbler growing up, so it was kind of hard to nail down what I wanted to major in. So it is helpful in filling out that resource. The academic advising piece is huge at Malone. We strive with CCP and our traditional undergraduate population to help students identify as early on as possible the areas of interest that speak to them the most as far as rewarding work and an area that fits their talent and the ability that God's given them naturally. One of the big things with this is the transition academic advising between your senior year of high school and your freshman year of college. Your faculty will actually sit down with you one-on-one and review the courses you'll be taking within your major, any CCP courses you've taken, kind of reviewing and how those fit in. We do free credit evaluations if you are bringing a multitude of credits or just 1 or 2. Happy to review those and kind of plug them in and how they would fit your academic situation and timeline moving forward. And then giving you a digestible picture of what each academic year will look like. Faculty do a great job of helping calm your nerves and any anxieties you have about 4 years, but it's going to go by pretty quick. So hang tight, don't worry. I mean, they do a great job with kind of helping students walk through and explain how the process works, what semesters or what years are more ideal for doing an internship, clinical rotations, or anything related to field experiences, type of experiences. So fear not, faculty got your back. They do a great job with that, and they periodically meet with students or connect with students. They are required to meet with you several times a semester for academic review purposes, but overall, it's a great environment where they're reaching out and saying, "Hey, how are things going? Are you doing okay? What classes are exciting? What classes are kind of what can I do to help?" And that's huge. There've definitely been some times in my academic experience when I was struggling, and my faculty advisor reached out and said, "Hey, how's it going? What can I help with?" And they were a great voice that spoke into my academic journey here at Malone. Hands-on learning is a big piece as well, in that you'll find our classrooms are very dynamic. We expect our students to engage in the classroom, and the faculty do a great job with getting students to get outside their shell. If you're a little more shy or you like speaking in public, there's plenty of opportunities for you to grow and refine your craft. Specifically with classes, be it communication or history, there's not just information being given, but also information received as far as that class discussion and dialogue. You'll also find that a lot of our internships, externships, research opportunities, clinicals, and laboratory opportunities or field experiences help give you an experience or snapshot, even as early as your freshman year or younger at CCP, to give you a sense of what your career could look like in a specific industry. And also, we do offer chances for students to connect with working professionals and graduates within the last 10 years to speak about what their industries look like, what jobs they are in currently, what majors they took, and how they kind of got where they are professionally. So definitely take advantage of those opportunities when they're offered. And then professional development. Both our faculty and then also our Center for Student Success do a fantastic job with that transition between the college experience to the working world. We offer a number of resources, including resume writing, mock interviews, and then also helping college students, social media, LinkedIn, et cetera. And then the nice thing is we do several job fairs that we'll take students to and then host on our campus, and then career fairs, making sure students are interfacing and engaging with working professionals so that they have a sense of what the job market looks like post-college. So next steps, exciting stuff here. So juniors, PathwayU, I highly recommend, check that out, fill it out, and we'll follow up with you accordingly, walk you through that. Definitely make a list of your colleges or universities that you'd like to attend. Make sure you list out what majors you're interested in if you have an idea of what those are. List out any extracurriculars, be those athletic programs or a club or organization you'd like to get involved with. Geography is always a big thing. Do you want to go away to college? Do you want to stay local? Kind of walk through that. And then set up a visit. A lot of colleges provide junior visit days or activities or one-on-one visits. At Malone, we provide all of those. So definitely go now as a junior just to get an initial sense and kind of narrow your list if you have a big one and figuring out what might be the best school and academic program for you. And then also, if you have the chance, take the ACT or the SAT, in that this will potentially help boost your scholarshiping opportunities. And I highly recommend it if you are looking to go into the hard sciences, anything healthcare related, nursing, research-based, because that does tremendously help both in program entry criteria, but then also looking at scholarships for their honors programs and things that might be more selective. And then for seniors, I highly recommend, again, PathwayU is still a great resource. Even if you're still unsure, what better time to take it than now? Or if you have declared or have an idea of what major you'd like to declare, it's a great affirmation in that regard. Now, you don't really need to reapply other than you can apply to other colleges, but you don't need to reapply at Malone. Just have your counselor or your mom or dad send us an updated copy of your transcripts, and then the test scores if you have them. And then the FAFSA piece is a big thing during your senior year. Starting October 1st, you can start filling that out of your senior year. And if you have questions, financial aid's contacts below. Happy to be a resource to you and walk you through that journey. Like I said earlier, we want to make sure you can make an informed decision and know all of your financial aid options. And then again, apply for additional scholarships. I guess that's my soapbox encouragement to you. And even if it's only a couple $100, that's still a little bit more to help with your college expenses. So in summary, at Malone, we are welcoming, we are mentoring, and we are serving our students each and every day in all that we do. So as you have questions, feel free to reach our general office and we'll direct your call. And then we're happy to be a resource. All the offices that I kind of listed in this presentation, their contact is below. So if you're running into an issue, feel free to reach out to them directly. And then as always, I hope you are having a fantastic day. And I hope to see you here at Malone University this coming school year. Have a great night, a great day, great morning, whenever you're watching this, and we'll talk to you soon.